You may be multi-talented, and that's okay. You may be multifaceted, and that's okay too. And it's actually more than okay. It's actually great. And I think we need to talk about that a little bit more. Think about this. If somebody was to ask you what is one word that describes who you are, think about how many words would be going through your mind as you try to get to one word. It'll be a lot, wouldn't it? At least it would be for me. And I really believe that's because we are made up of so many great characteristics, attributes, and traits that can't be just singular or can't just be boxed into one. And so if you are that, embrace it. Embrace it with all that you can and learn how to put structure around it. As for my story, I am a photographer and I've been it for 8 years, but then I've always been a painter and sketch artist. But I became more public with it within the last 2 years. And when I tell you, God has truly blessed me with so many different opportunities that I cannot even explain to you. It's just really amazing to get back to who you are. Because when you do that, you're unlocking so much for yourself that you can never imagine because it was given to you and you're supposed to make sure it comes out. And so yeah, that's a little bit about me and I am absolutely loving it. But one thing that I want to really help us with when it comes to being who we are with multi-passions and different skills that we have is to make sure that we put structure around it. I think there are moments, and let me know if you feel me, if you are this person with a bunch of gifts, sometimes it can feel confusing and overwhelming. And then you have moments where you feel stuck. And sometimes you even have moments where you feel like you're in an identity crisis because you have so much that's going on and so many things that make who you are, especially when it comes to an occupation. But I'm here to say this is what I feel like could really help you. I really believe if you start with one of your gifts, one of your talents, one of your skills, and build that mastery with it so that when you are trying to branch out into those multiple gifts and talents, you already have a foundation of your photography. Like for me, when I bust out the seams with showing people that I was an artist, it was really natural for them to be like, oh, okay, Ashley's good at photography, so I can trust her over here because she's already shown us what good she does. And it was really a cool kind of merge. And so when you're thinking about that one thing, I would say think about what you can put your most energy into at the season you're in, and think about your capacity in that season. You know, for me as a photographer, there has been seasons where I truly threw everything at it, and there were moments where I would kind of come off of it, but then there were moments in and out of extreme pressure onto it. Well, not pressure, extreme focus and extreme effort into it. And then there were seasons where I was like, okay, I can kind of like come off of it because I'm really trying to see what I want to do next with it, and how I want to pace this out a little bit more. Because in 2018, I definitely had a burnout moment. 2018, 2019 kind of. It was burnout, and I do not suggest people burn out to continue something, you know, and that's a whole nother story, a whole nother video about how to prevent burnout and how to navigate it. But I would say definitely analyze your capacity in that season and how much you want to put into it. Also think about your resources and what you want to buy for it, what you want to purchase for it, what you want to invest into it, and if you can in that time. And then if you can't, then let's think about the other passion. Maybe you're a chef, but you also like styling. Maybe you are a videographer, but you also like modeling. Maybe you are a sketch artist, but you also like voice acting. Whatever it is, like, think about it and think what you really want to throw yourself at first. And so that is a way that I feel like can put some structure onto that moment where you feel confused or in an identity crisis, because that can be a kind of backside of being multifaceted, is that area in the middle where you may feel a little stuck, like I said before. But the great thing about being multifaceted is that you have so many things that you can put yourself into and show the world. You have so many avenues and mediums in which you can play your hand in and give and present into the world purposefully and intentionally. I just think it's time out for us. Time out for us hiding the gifts and hiding the talents because we don't know how it will be perceived. And that's another thing, a kind of backside of that, is sometimes if you're not really confident in that other part of you or that other skill, you may feel a little boxed in, you may feel a little shy about it, you may feel a little humbled because it may not be in an expertise mode or masterful mode, like you're not a master chef yet or you're not a master designer. But that is when you have to just go in, put your work in, put your 10,000 hours in, get those repetitions in, and really hone in on your craft so that you can be greater with it and step out with more confidence. And so I hope that you embrace who you are. I truly hope that if you've had moments inside of you where you've said, there is more to me, I have this gift over here, I have this talent over here, and maybe that's stopping me from really flourishing, I'm talking to you. Think about who you would be if you were to fully step into everything that you're called to do. Just think about it and think about what could happen. Think about the opportunities that can happen. And you don't ever want to get to the end of your life and be like, dang, what if? What if? At least I don't. So I'm encouraging you to do that and to really, really, really take this time in your life to really know that you are gifted, you are powerful, and what you have inside of you is so precious. And God ain't playing. He wasn't playing when he made you. So really get to work, because we got to see what you do. We got to see what is coming out of such a creative being as yourself. Because at the end of the day, somebody is waiting on you to step into who you are so that they can have the courage to do the same.